Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Taylor Hayes lately gave Ridge Forrester a novelette-ish gift that could play a part in some unborn drama. Taylor handed over a pen from her first Christmas with Ridge and confessed that she'd held on to it all these times. That led to Taylor allowing back on all the romantic notes that Ridge used to write. Taylor suggested that Ridge might get inspired to write again, so she was easily hoping he'd write her some new love letters. What if that's exactly what Ridge decides to do? Ridge has plenitude of free time now that he's refusing to indeed enter the Forrester creation structure. It's easy to imagine Ridge reflecting on the pen Taylor gave him and what was basically her request for further romantic notes. Ridge might write a new letter that contains a love protestation and indicates that perhaps Taylor was his fortune each on. Maybe Ridge will lay it on thick by singing Taylor's praises and raining her with every compliment possible. Ridge may start acting like Taylor is the only woman for him and write all about how he no way should have fallen for Brooke Logan in the first place. In this implicit letter, Ridge could talk about wanting to turn back the timepiece and choose Taylor every time. Still, also Brooke might find a letter Ridge has written to Taylor, if Taylor's pen gift and hint about romantic notes were setting up the coming story step. It could give Brooke a whole new perspective, especially if Ridge acts like he's been fighting what's really in his heart for times. Right now, Brooke can move herself that Ridge only turned to Taylor because of miscommunication and a need for comfort. Still, Brooke may soon see the depth of Ridge's passions for Taylor right there in black and white. Perhaps Brooke will get evidence that Ridge has given his heart down to Taylor and face some crushing news. They could undo all this when it's time for Brooke and Ridge to reunite down the road. Will Spencer may have another hunch about Remy Price and what he's able of. B&B suckers know Will's been dealing with bad vibes for a while now when it comes to Remy, but those vibes are only going to consolidate. Will just saw one of the libelous snaps that was transferred to Katie Logan's inbox, but he was as quick to believe it was the real deal. Everwill knew incontinently that it was a deep fake, so he shut down the idea that it was really Electra Forrester's body. Once Ivy Forrester talks about the deep fake mess that drove Electra out of Dallas, Will may argue that Remy must be to condemn. Although Will wouldn't have any evidence, he could come indeed more convinced if he pays a visit to Remy's apartment and stumbles across the same print collage that Electra saw. Will's indeed going to make a disturbing discovery. Will may also get an indication about Electra's whereabouts if she's suitable to get him a communication after she bolts from Remy's apartment. While Electra hides from Remy in what's putatively a storehouse basement, she'll stopgap Will comes to her deliverance. Sure enough, Will's going to jump on his motorcycle and race to find Electra before it's too late. Remy may find Electra and leave her spooked about his coming move, but it wouldn't be long until Will arrives for the ultimate showdown with her snooper. A fierce sweepstakes is on the way as Remy and Will get into a physical battle. Effects are about to take a wild turn as Will goes up against Remy. There'll be a lot on the line, including Electra's safety, so look for Will to pull out all the stops to save the day. Our prognostications point to some chaotic moments as Electra's history and present collide, so stay tuned for updates on all the stunning news to come. Bill Spencer has rules for Luna Nozawa, which suggests a deal is made. Will Spencer races to save Electra Forrester from Remy Price. Plus, Katie Logan and Ivy Forrester bond over the troubles of AI. Indeed, though Luna is in captivity for killing Tom Starr and Paul Hollis Hollister as well as hijacking Steffi Forrester Finnegan, she's working on an appeal. Luna presumably also has some other schemes in the workshop to make sure she wins that appeal. Luna is soliciting Bill to help her. While Bill is frightened by Luna's injuries, he knows she's also veritably clever and manipulative. By the end of the week, Bill lays down strict rules for Luna. So, this suggests that Bill actually makes a deal with the devil. Will. It seems Will knew right down that the prints of Electra weren't real. How disturbing for Forrester Creations, Katie Logan and Brooke Logan in particular. Now that Will knows the verity behind Electra's termination, he'll go to find her. Still, Will is ignorant that he's headed into grave peril. Electra is in a delicate position. Electra was busted by Remy, and it was a fierce showdown. At first, Remy tried to explain and justify his conduct. Also, Remy tried to tell himself that Electra was being exorbitantly emotional. After being called sick, Remy blew up. At some point, Electra escapes Remy's apartment and goes to a parking garage. The eatery is presumably closed by now, and the staff is long gone. So, Electra will grovel beside a auto while Remy isn't far before riding her. It's teased that Will and Remy have a face-off. So, Electra is most likely saved at the last moment. Another must-see moment coming week focuses on Katie and Ivy. Katie will feel awful about firing Electra over fake prints. That will lead to Katie opening up to Ivy about her once miscalculations. Ivy could bring up Electra's trouble in the history with deep fakes. The two will also bandy the troubles of AI, so it sounds like they do some cling, despite the Logan/Forrester feud. Brooke still has the blues. She wondered if she made a big mistake accepting the CEO position. Still, Ridge made the biggest mistake of all. Brooke sat around in her lonely house. She got a visit from her son, Hope. The two talked about the fallout of her relationship with Ridge. She revealed to Hope that she caught Ridge with Taylor. The two looked like they putatively got it on. Still, Taylor was dressed in one of Ridge's shirts because she revealed a drink on herself. Though they hadn't gone to bed yet, they were ready to. Ridge broke his pledge to Brooke. He told her that nothing would get in the way of their relationship. But it didn't take long for him to overreact. Formerly he heard about Brooke's new gig. Ridge claimed that Brooke was a fraud and a snake. In his discussion with Steffi, he acted as if High's ex-fiancée blindsided him. Still, he's the one acting like a fraud. He preliminarily wanted Brooke to step into his part. It was his idea to run FC alongside Steffi. The reason why Ridge wanted to step back was so he could concentrate on design. Brooke eventually took on that position. But Ridge's first study is treason. Brooke first informed him about the preemption. It's not like she was in on Hope and Carter's plan and kept it from him. Actually, it would make sense for Brooke to accept the position. She can bring some important, demanded stability to the company. She indeed assured Ridge that it would be in good hands so it wouldn't get farther destroyed. This shows that Ridge no way trusted Brooke. He jumped to the worst possible conclusion without passing in her. However, it might be too late for Ridge to realize the error of his ways, if Brooke reverses her plan to give him the company back. The Logan Manse is decorated for the vacation season, with Brooke and Bridget all gussied up. Brooke is thrilled her son could make it to city. Bridget said she came as soon as she heard about her mama and Ridge. Brooke admits it's all been a bit of a whirlwind. Katie enters saying they're going to make the utmost of the situation. Bridget wants details and reprises what she's heard through the conduit. Brooke confirms with a nod when Carter and Hope arrive.